Welcome to Ballistically Speaking, session
alert.
number 155. We're not here for a good time. We're not here for a long time, but sometimes we're here for both.
Who's? Oh, am I supposed to? God damn it!
Buttons
You
getting
started
You
it.
said I will do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ballistically Speaking podcast, your weekly dose of BS.
It was a Ruger Mini 14 semi-automatic rifle that was used.
What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
I love the new intro.
Thank you. Thank
What
you.
you just say to me?
Oh, you should have had De Niro.
Say that
in
to
there.
my face.
You talking to me? You must be talking to me. I don't
I
see
could
nobody
change
else
it.
here.
I mean, man.
Mine?
What's the one where it's like we are all now dumber because you have said what you just said or something?
Yeah, that was in our old intro. That was from Billy Madison.
Yeah, I still think that would fit.
Oh, for sure. I think that one's pretty reusable.
It's all edible. I
Yeah.
can.
Edit
I should say
Edible?
edit.
Not edible.
It's not just. I don't know how I eat music,
Put the edibles down.
Can I tell everybody why our music changed?
Yeah.
So
Well,
our
if you wanna
music
just do that
changed.
now.
We 6 years ago now purchased the previous music that we were using from a service that came with a commercial license. And was it the third or the fourth time a couple of weeks ago? One of the two.
Yeah,
The
fourth, I think,
third
yeah.
or fourth time in about 6 years, YouTube took down our videos. Well, limited our videos for a copyright strike. And the copyright strike was the music that we had purchased. And so it was the third or fourth time that we had to resend in a copy of the license to them because apparently they don't keep it and prove that we had copyright to the music. So we just said, fuck it. And oh shit, now I'm double demonetizing this.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. I'm supposed to wait
mistake.
5 minutes. You can edit this, right? Anyway, so
fix
yeah,
it in post.
Derek created a new intro, got new music, and YouTube can go eat a bag of Cheetos.
Richards.
Richards.
It's a
Just gotta
double
be-
entendre.
You just got to be smart on how you swear.
It's a triple entendre. I'm not very smart with how I swear.
That's just like knowledge has always tried to chase you, but you've always been faster.
Congratulations.
I resemble that remark.
Resent or resemble?
I said what I said.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Bill?
Where are we going with this?
And on to the next thing.
Hey. Yeah, we could. I guess we could read some ads.
Sure.
Sure.
Pay
Oh,
some
shit.
bills.
I haven't done anything.
Hey, but our featured sponsors tonight are Callsign is 66, Canada's best rifle training. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Book a course now at callsign66.ca and follow them on Instagram at callsign66 and on Facebook at C/S66.
And we're brought to you by Ribstone Gunsmithing. Craftsmanship done right. Contact Oscar at ribstonegunsmithing.ca and breathe life back into any firearm. Also, check out Oscar's book titled Rust Bluing in the 21st Century. You can find that on Amazon.
Yeah, and March Scopes Canada, the Dion Optical Design line of rifle scopes, is a scope for all your hunting and shooting needs. Find Doug and Isa at marchscopes.ca. They still have, as far as I'm aware, the March FX 5-42 by 56 High Master used on for the great price of $4,600. That scope was used by Chris and I for a couple of years for a couple of events and some videos in that, and it's a considerable reduction from the regular retail price. $4,600 again. That's the March High Master 5-42 by 56 illuminated locking turret and all the stuff to make your life happy and people around you smile.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's all good reasons.
Chris, you're doing a hell of a job right now, but you are muted. I can feel your vibe though.
Yeah, he is currently miming the words.
Yes.
1 second.
Oh,
Yeah,
sign
he's-
language.
2
now.
seconds.
Y
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
M
yeah. Oh, that's a strike.
C A.
Blink
Try
it
that.
with Morse
Can
code.
you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Better.
Yeah.
That's better.
I accidentally unplugged my microphone.
Ooh.
Mhm. I'll do it.
Anyway, we're also brought to you by Bolt Action Coffee. It's bringing specialty coffee to the precision shooting world, boasting coffee cupping scores of 85.5 on a 100 scale. Bolt Action Coffee is unmistakably a premium coffee. Order coffee and merchandise at boltactioncoffee.com.
Did I just have a mini seizure, or were you stuttering?
No, I was having the mini seizure. You were just
Oh,
hearing it in
okay.
real time.
You're
Ooh,
observing it. Yeah.
Next.
Oh, that'd be me. That'd be me. Odell Engineering. Pick up a Canuck shotgun, Bagara rifle, and Apex ammunition from your local distributor and tell them Phil sent you. Look them up on Instagram, Facebook, and on their website, odellengineeringltd.com. Just released is the TAC Cop Elite in both red and blue flavors. It's your option if you want to lick them. Featuring a 3-inch chamber, aluminum M-LOK rail forend, match saver, 5 chokes, and 5-round capacity. This would make a great addition to any safe. Check them out, odellengineering.com.
If any
Be
of
very
you out
careful
there
how you say
lick your
that nowadays.
firearms, we don't judge harshly. We will judge, of course, a little bit, but not harshly.
I'll judge harshly. I'm just thinking we have to be careful about saying it makes a great addition to any safe, considering how many guns we've bought in the last number of years that have just become legal for our safe.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, they're lonely. They need friends. You need to buy them more.
Fuck,
Buy the
they
latest
have-
Pro Hib to store in your safe.
they have enough
All the kids are
friends.
doing it.
All right, Mike.
Oh.
Well,
All right. I'll give us a
welcome
whirl.
to
We're also
Canada.
brought to you by Sterling Arms International, home of the R18 Mark III and R9 Mark I. They may be down, but they are not out. So stay tuned for more updates. That's all we got.
All right, and our next sponsor, Sleep Night Mattresses.
Oh, yes. Wait, what?
Sex Panther Cologne. 60% of the time,
I don't know what. Yeah,
it works every time.
I don't know
What
what voice you got
happened?
going on there. It's some sort of, I don't know, toned down Barry White or something.
I don't know what's going on, guys. We were kind of regular off the rails, and now we just went really off the rails. Am I better now,
I
you?
hate the coward.
Mhm.
We will get through this.
Yes,
I'm
we
assured
will.
of this.
Just bite your lip and give her
Right.
hell.
And last to grace us with their support, certainly not least, Apex Optics. Championship winning glass built for shooters by shooters. Coming soon to a match near you is the newly released Apex Synergy. Check out the video from SHOT Show. The Synergy LRF binos, complete with 12 by 50 ELD glass, supplied ballistics on board, and a whole podcast worth of features on board. Check them out at apexoptics.co/synergy.
Kirk got all the big reads today.
Yeah, synergy. That's 2 Y's in synergy. To get your name on the list for priority and pre-sales, which is now live, and the long-awaited Vapor is being shipped now. So if you're in the market for a 1-4 Prism optic, now is the time to buy.
Who's reading this for the first time? That
Yeah,
guy.
this
That
guy.
Mhm.
Was it really that obvious?
No.
It was just the squinting, staring at the screen.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody in the notes right now actually making changes, and I'm like, okay, what's coming next? I got to be dynamic here. Yeah,
There,
Yeah,
Kurt, I
it's-
fixed
it's
it in the
made
notes.
it-
Can you
Damn
see
it.
it now?
Yeah, it's
synergy
made it
doesn't
larger
have
for
2
you.
Y's.
That's because it's now the Synerge.
This-
It's also visible from
Synergy.
space now.
Mhm.
Madeline says you did great.
Mhm.
Oh, shucks.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I agree with her, but she says you did great.
Well, I happen to value her opinion over yours. Okay,
That's convenient.
I know. Love you, man.
Okay, what's
Thank you.
next?
Ah,
So Mike and I talked about SHOT Show, but we didn't get your guys' perspective on SHOT Show. So
It was
Chris,
big. It was expansive.
what's your thoughts on SHOT Show?
I think that 12 months is not enough time between shows, and there seems to be more and more vaporware being put out there every year that doesn't become production. Like 3 years in a row, showing off a brand new lever action rifle that has never seen more than 5 of them made. And coincidentally, there are 5 of them in the booth on display for 3 years in a row.
actually, that booth wasn't even there this year. I know who you're talking about.
Well, that's possible. I
Who
didn't
was it?
actually go there. It was Aero Precision.
I love Aero Precision. I do love Aero.
Was Aero not
was
there?
that the?
Yeah, Arrowhead
No, Aero,
chairs
Aero
in
was
their
not
place. Yeah.
There was
Isn't
beer
it
there
Aero
for 4
last year?
PM.
Was it Arrow or was it Daniel Defense last year that had a lever that they weren't even producing yet? Like
That was
their
Arrow.
concept.
was
What it
a
was?
prototype.
Hey, that's the same thing you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I was talking. So maybe
It's
it's a
actually
bad
pretty
example
sexy.
because I guess if their booth wasn't there, it wasn't for 3 years in a row, but it was for
Mm-hmm.
2 years prior to that, and then they just didn't have a booth this year, I guess. So
They did
I don't
have
know.
beer at
I
4
found
PM,
I found SHOT Show kind of blah for the second year in a row.
Was it the show or was it us, Chris? To be honest,
Well, fair
And I
because
think
there's a
there's
lot of things that
some of
that I
column B there too.
yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that I wasn't super interested in for the second year in a row because it's all stuff that we could have and now we can't have. So I'm sure that plays a part in it too. But I still just kind of feel like 12 months isn't enough
Yeah, you know
if you're looking for new
your
stuff. All the
comment.
time.
Yeah, yeah. I think you got to look for new stuff in the minutia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Slugger out
of
in the
places that are
basement.
just kind of making small incremental changes to things, updates on existing platforms and stuff like that. I have to be honestly, the first time I went to SHOT Show was probably the most depressing for me personally, because it was exactly like you say, Chris. We go down there to see all of this absolutely cool stuff, and only a tiny percentage, like a single digit percentage, it seems like, is something that we could actually have in Canada.
Yeah.
It was a pretty solemn ride home, Yenzi and me, all that 27 hours driving back.
Oh, you big sissies.
But it was
Yeah.
27 hours of fucking death metal, which was glorious.
Mhm.
Did I play music on the way down, or did I play podcasts?
No, it was just a little bit, I think, but it was mostly just.
It was a lot of vinyl
Conversation.
redubs of
Well,
Nirvana.
I'll tell you, there was a lot of counting rabbits while we're going through Wyoming in that snowstorm on the way
Yep.
down.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Holy smokes, rabbits everywhere.
Yeah.
You're just watching out for the elk.
I just thought I will say about SHOT Show, there were some very interesting booths, but they had nothing to do with guns. The two most interesting booths for me both had silica products.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Silica.
one was a deodorizer, and the other one is exactly what Mike is showing. It was an aerogel grip enhancer, which I've been using at the gym since I got back, and is really cool. And I'm looking forward to it being in Canadian Tire because they said within the next 4 months or so it should be at Canadian Tire. I don't want to
these guys?
talk about that. No, I don't want to talk about that
No.
product.
This card is my new
We
fidget
can talk
spinner.
about it later, maybe. Yeah,
I'm surprised you got that business card through the customs.
I know. Eh?
I just told him it wasn't gold.
What a needlessly expensive business card.
We got
Cool product.
Oscar chiming in here. How much new stuff can there be? Most of it is rehyped, recycled ideas.
Well, I think that's why I found non-gun stuff to be the most interesting this year.
Hmm.
There was some nice gun stuff though, if you know where to look.
Oh
Yeah, again,
Sure.
I think it turned in for me and Mike. It turned into a bit of a treasure hunt.
yeah.
Pizu, it's like what can we focus on? And we did find some gems like the Montana booth, full of some
Yeah,
cool
State
stuff.
of Montana crushed it.
Yeah, Line 49, the little Howa Mini action, footprint premium action. I think it's a great niche in the market that no one's doing. Obviously, it's not as exciting as something new semi-automatic, but in its own right, it is well done. Other little niches got to see and just got to dig. Unfortunately, you can't walk around like a kid in a candy shop and just drool over everything. You can only drool over certain candies. So, and even then they don't like that, don't do that.
Don't drool on the canvas.
Have you ever
That's
noticed
good
that?
advice?
You ever notice that when you're down there and kind of the most aggressive booth attendants, that jump out in the middle of the aisle as you're walking down? Hey, let me tell you about this great product. You look at his product and it's like, I couldn't give two shits about that, Jack.
I can't have that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Why
Yeah.
are you selling like horseshoes, mini horseshoes that you can hang on your rear view mirror? Get lost, please.
Did you make that up, or was there a booth there selling that?
No, I just made that up, I guess.
'Cause I think we should start that. That should be our next business.
I think it's been done along with Dingle Balls.
Yeah, yeah.
Just look on Pinterest. I'm sure it's been done.
What an era the dingle balls were.
Oh, yes, yes. Thankfully, my parents weren't hippies back in the 70s.
We should have mentioned this before we started the show, but we have some big news tonight. But we were gonna wait till the end of the show, but could I request that we don't wait till the end of the show? 'Cause
I
might not
actually
make
I
it to
did
the end of the show.
I got into the studio a little bit late, and I'm like, let's do this right off the hop.
Okay.
So I think it's best.
Okay.
So because then we got time to talk about it. We got our viewers here to ask questions and go from there.
Okay. Who's doing this?
I'd obviously leave it to you and Kurt.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
You want me to do it, or do you want to do it, Kurt?
you go ahead. You're much.
We're hyping
better
it
at
more
stuff like
than it
this.
needs to be hyped
I
at
will.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll interject where necessary.
Okay.
I'll be the magpie on the fence behind the tree.
Well, I'm just going to long story short it, and Kurt and I are going to be leaving the show for a while. You can call it a sabbatical, you can call it a retirement, you can call it whatever you want, but I'll speak for myself and just say that in order to do the show on a weekly basis for almost 2 years now, I've had to sacrifice mostly things at work. And that's become harder and harder as the last couple of years have gone by. And I just can't do it anymore. So I can't keep getting pulled in multiple directions anymore. So I'm going to be, just speaking for myself, I'll be taking a sabbatical for a little while. And hopefully I'll be able to, I'd like to come back to it. So hopefully I can, but it's going to be a little while. Hey, JR.
Yeah.
Emphasis on
It's on
boys.
boys.
I'm a grown man, damn it.
Hey. Rooster gets senior citizen discounts, so I think it's a little bit
Ooh,
God
God bless you all.
I was about to say I won't have any more opportunities to pick on Kurt's age, so I gotta strike while the iron's hot here, okay?
Yeah, get him in. You never know. I might die tomorrow from natural causes.
Say the wrong thing to your Latina wife and you might die of
Yeah.
unnatural
Well, there's
causes.
always that risk. Absolutely. Yeah. That's always playing with fire.
Yeah.
No, for me, it was, you know what? There's just a lot going on in my life. There's elderly parents. And as many of you know, I think I work away at least half my life and trying to fit in stuff like this. There's it's a funny set of emotions when addressing stuff like this, because you you feel guilty that you're not doing the work, and you feel guilty that somebody else is, and you feel guilty for this, and you feel guilty for that, and feel guilty for setting, like Chris says, setting aside time for this that takes away from other things, and it's just kind of a goddamn spiral, to be honest. And what was it, a year and a half ago we brought the young fellas on, something like that.
About that, yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you brought
You know,
Derek
it
on
was-
first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
because you weren't around, dipshit.
But that was just a guest spot, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Officially,
But it was-
they're
it was
both on at the
honestly-
same time.
It was honestly a godsend, because how busy Chris and I were. And then it got to the point, at least for me anyways, Mike and Derek were doing all the goddamn work, and that enabled me to do even less than I was before. And that's, I don't think that ate at me. It still does. So as far as I'm concerned, might as well hand her over the what do you say?
Reigns.
To
Yeah, but the
generation.
creative rights, I
Yes.
guess.
The
over to
scepter, the
boys,
golden
too.
scepter.
Yeah. So
to
it's-
the apprentices of
you know what,
life.
it's I think it's nice, you guys.
Mhm.
You don't have kids, and I don't know, but I don't think you're dealing with elderly parents and stuff like that yet. So you have a little bit of freedom, and this, you guys are passionate about this, so that's man, that's
yeah.
essential. And it's hard to maintain a passion for something where there's so many other kind of hands grabbing at you all the time. At least that's my excuse anyway. But no, I've always appreciated what you guys have done for this show, and I'd like to see it grow
Mhm.
to be bigger and better than what Chris and I were able to get it to. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's the other thing. I'll chime in for Mike and I is this is not going anywhere. We're keeping this going. It's just that there'll be a couple less characters most every night. So we are again, as Rooster said, most of the last year and a little bit before that has been essentially orchestrated by Mike and myself when it
100%.
comes to contents, guests, social media. So we've already essentially been at the reins for a while here. Just transferring the last few things over. So we're gonna keep it the ballistically
We're not going
speaking.
anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. We're in this. We're invested into this community, which we love this community. We love this group of people, and want to keep it growing. So
Agreed. That's what we didn't talk about with SHOT Show. We hung out with them at SHOT
right.
Show.
mhm.
I'm starting to think that okay, so for the audio listeners, Yukai Kazi chimes in. He says, if Kurt and Chris are going to have a final episode, you guys should have the Bigfoot dude back on for one last hearty laugh.
Gary Lewis.
Mhm.
Gary Lewis. I'm starting to think Gary's a bit of bad luck, though, because I had to until we met with
Can-
Gary.
Can I think that's the second elephant in the room is
Yeah, how did we not talk about that when we were doing the SHOT Show recap?
we already
used to
addressed
seeing
the
it.
first
We were
element
gonna
in the room.
we were gonna bring it up.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Mhm.
Well, tell the story.
Well, this is now where you
What?
share with the
So
class.
there we are.
Is it up to me?
Knee deep in grenade pins, eating nachos at Nacho Daddy's in Las Vegas with Gary Lewis.
We're also watching the
And-
Martin Luther King Day parade.
Parade that's going
Yeah,
on
that's
right
right.
outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we
So
went
it was
to
dinner
the
and a show.
yeah,
Mhm.
because we went to the Fremont Street location of Nacho Daddy's,
Yeah.
and this is where Kurt comes in to tell us the rest
To
of the
set the
story.
Oh, I got to
context.
tell
Yeah.
the story. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And now you
Yeah.
know the rest of the story.
Well, so I've had a bridge on my top front for 20 years or something like that, and
He's
just
talking
before
about
shot
teeth,
show-
not his tits.
Mhm.
I was gonna say
Yes,
suspension, arch. What are we talking here?
my old
Bailey?
teeth. Anyway, there's a stick, many fists, a couple of pucks, even a badminton racket one time knocked these old teeth out. But I
As long
managed
as it
to
wasn't a
keep
shuttlecock.
I had a storied youth. But anyways, I had this bridge. It was just epoxied in, and well, just before New Year's, it decided to let go. And of course, with me working away all the time, I hadn't had a chance to get it fixed up yet. I just wanted somebody to, put the good glue back in, and away we go. But I found a temporary solution with I think it was polygrip I picked up. So I'd clean it up and put some polygrip in there and stick it in, let it let it set or whatever, and I was good to go for 6 or 8 hours. But every day, you could feel it starting to get loose, and so there was some indication that I should be careful, whatever. Anyway, well, we went to range day and met up with Gary and what's his name? Trevor. Thank you. I was going to say Tyler. God, terrible. And we went tradition. We went to Nacho Daddy's, and
Excellent establishment.
so there was no indication that my teeth were coming loose, but I was intentionally staying off the damn things while he was eating nachos. I love nachos, and it's tradition and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so I kind of set the chip back a little bit deeper in my mouth to crunch on it, and usually a nacho chip will break into several pieces. But this one didn't. It was like it broke transverse across the whole way, and it was like it got stuck in my throat. And when you're starting to choke on something, either you get in there and start digging, or you power the sucker down. Well, I elected to power the sucker down. What I didn't realize, however, was that it probably wasn't the nacho chip. It was my bridge that had come off and got stuck in my throat. Yeah. So it powered this thing down, and I'm like, shit. And I'm looking all around, down in my lap, down on the floor. Son of a bitch. I'm like, guys, I think I just swallowed my teeth.
So yeah, Rooster has some dental work that went for the magic school bus ride, as some would say.
And approximately 18 hours later, he chewed his own ass.
How was the recovery operation on that?
There was none. Nope.
I was really hoping there was. I had offered to take us down to CVS so we could get some disposable gloves, and perhaps some industrial Abraxo cleaner or something.
Not an option. Like you think about it. Even if I was successful in digging to find it, the extraction, whatever,
that would bring all new meaning.
You think I'm gonna? Right. Yeah. Nope, not an option. I had thought though, like, how is this sucker gonna come out? Because like the tops of the teeth were actually fairly sharp. The ridges or whatever. Like, okay, I got two options as I see it. Either I get a couple of bottles of tequila and find the nastiest fucking Indian food in town, or I go the other way and just go crazy on, like fiber and like really bulky stuff.
I mean, the Indian food crosses over both ways.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
I don't know. As long as your teeth don't come out sideways, you'd be all right.
Yeah. I'm a pretty healthy pooper though, so it's it's
awesome.
Good to know. I'm glad.
I'm
I'm
confident.
glad we settled that.
I'm confident in saying that my teeth are probably not the worst thing in Las Vegas's sewer system.
No,
yeah.
Oscar just said he would have considered it if there wasn't any witnesses knowing where they went.
Yeah. Go to your local hospital. Can I borrow your autoclave just like for 10 minutes?
You need a sonic cleaner of some sort.
just go down to the basement of the Venetian. Hey, can I borrow your ultrasonic for a second?
They had some industrial ones. Yeah.
I don't
You
remember
could put it
either
in a
of them.
tumbler after too, get it polished up again, and good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's
Okay, well, we've established that.
yeah.
That's good.
Mhm.
That was a shot show to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us got sick either.
Also
And
Not
true.
one.
Finally.
Nobody got stabbed.
Yeah. Also good
No.
too.
Did you hear about that?
No, what?
No.
In the
What?
middle of Venetian, some guy got stabbed at shot show.
While we were there.
Yeah,
At SHOT Show. No kidding.
it,
That
it
doesn't
wasn't a
surprise
shot
me.
show in 10D, but
Where's Gary and Asan, whatever his name is when we need him, hey?
He's in Tumbler
Get
Ridge.
after
right now.
those knives.
Mm.
if there was one place to be in such a situation where you got stabbed, pretty much what 30% of shot show is trauma trained, I would guess, at least.
Yeah.
And the other half is carrying.
Mhm.
I thought you couldn't carry in the casino.
You're not supposed to.
It's shot show. Let's
I've seen people packing in that show before.
mhm. Yeah.
Well, how else are you supposed to know if it fits in your holster or not?
True.
Let me just try this out for a second.
Here, can you hold this?
Yeah.
There's actually a pretty fair number of people in booths that carry at the show.
Mhm.
Whether they're loaded or not, I suppose, would be another matter. But
Mm.
I
Pretty
you got
safe
product.
crowd.
I kind of
You wanna
found it
protect
kind of interesting that there was no security doing any sort of checks or anything. Like that was my thought the first year I went to SHOT Show, that there's nothing.
yeah,
Mm.
They're there, but it's casino security. They're
Yeah.
Well,
everywhere.
the front door has security. I'm trying to remember the first year that I went. One of the YouTube guys got caught with a knife in his bag. I can't even remember who it was, but like there is security there. It's just, I mean, there's security at every fucking door, but all they're doing is checking badges for the most part.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane wants to know if the Winchester booth had anything cool at their booth. No.
No.
They had their own thermal this year. And by that, I mean they rebranded somebody else's.
So no.
Did Winchester
was
come
neat,
out with a silencer?
No.
Everybody else did. Nosler, even. I went
Yes.
to Nosler's booth because Gary had told us on Monday he was confident that they were going to release a new cartridge. So I wanted to go see what that was all about.
Mhm.
And well, for one, there was like nearly nobody at Nosler booth, and like their presentation was. They had a half a dozen rifles maybe on
And their
one
booth
stand.
is huge, too.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, it was also very big.
but I think it was set up more for like high level meetings and shit. I went to the end of their booth, and there were 2.5 walls of silencers.
Mhm.
Not a bullet to be found. It was an odd choice, I felt, but whatever.
I was really surprised by what was it, the Sierra Match Kings, what they will do to ballistics gel.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That one that was to the left in the middle there with the green dye in it, that was a Match King, not a Game King or anything.
Yeah, best kept secret in the industry.
Not so secret anymore.
And
Mhm.
Kurt just told everybody.
First rule of Fight Club, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Make soap.
Mhm.
Well,
Now,
190 grain Match
so-
King and a 300 mag
Mm.
has been used for years for let's call it game
Yeah.
of a different sort.
Mm.
We gonna talk about Tumblr?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
What do you
It's
guys
a-
want to say about it first? I don't want to take up all the oxygen in the room.
You don't oh, there's a lot there. Obviously when I first heard about it, first thing I heard was a female shooter in a dress, and instantly I knew where that was going. Regardless,
Yeah.
obviously the biggest thing is this was a very unwell person. We know from various reports that this person had been essentially apprehended under the Mental Health Act multiple times.
Nobody knows what that means, but yeah.
Yes, nobody knows what that
Yeah,
means.
I know what it
as
means,
yet
but
undefined.
all the people commenting online about it don't know what it means. They don't have a fucking clue, but they
Yeah.
have opinions about it.
Yeah, I don't know what it means either. The shooter had a very disturbing online history. They had an affinity for violent, gory content. The shooter had dropped out of school 4 years ago, started transitioning 6 years ago. Did not have a relationship much with their father, lived with their mother and stepbrother, and was kind of clouded in mystery, but a very unwell person. And that unwell person obviously went in and took the lives of many innocent children. That person also at one point had a youth pal that expired in 2014.
24.
Sorry, 2024. One digit off.
That's right.
It's also there was a posting by the mother.
Wait, sorry. Actually, I think you got that wrong. It's the mother's pal that had expired. The shooter's pal was revoked.
It was revoked. Okay.
In 24. The mother's expired in I think the mother's expired like 2 years ago, and the shooter's was revoked like a year ago.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of details ironing out. But we also have an interesting point where we have both the anti-gun lobby and the gun lobby saying there was measures already existing in place and they were not acted upon to have prevented this, which is a very interesting convergence. We haven't seen much from the federal government, obviously, in response to legislation or anything like that. However, just for context, it was about a week after the Portapique massacres that we saw any legislation come down. Obviously, obviously, there's an intersection of law, gender ideology, firearms law, mental health, remote communities, and also a fairly new prime minister. So we're definitely in a tumultuous time and an interesting kind of see where it goes. I'll say that to primer the conversation. So
this has been a difficult one for me because just following what's been going on social media, every single side of this is pissing me off.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because, well, I mean, the woke cunts and the anti-gunners are pissing me off for obvious reasons. I think everybody listening to this show will understand that side of things. But the opposite side is really pissing me off too, because they want to make this a gender issue. Like, there is absolutely zero evidence that this has anything to do with this kid transitioning. But we're using the word transgender as though it is synonymous with mental illness. And that's bullshit. Frankly, it's just bullshit. Not all transgender people are mentally ill people, any more than all alcoholics are mentally ill people, or workaholics, or OCD, or ADHD, or depressive, or whatever. It's not inherent to it. And I think that the gun community would do well to be reminded that one of, if not the best advocate for gun ownership in the country of Canada in modern history is a transgendered person.
That's right. Yep. So personally, I think it's all a reaction, Chris, just to kind of bolster what you're saying, and people don't seem to have the ability anymore to shut their fucking mouths for a while and think about what they're saying before they open their mouths or let their fingers do the talking or whatever. It's in my eyes, it's a lot of. I mean, there's stupid people everywhere. Let's just
Yeah, let's
get
be
that
honest.
out of the way first.
Sure, yeah.
It's reactionary as far as I can see. For a lot of people, it is kind of an offensive measurement when they say when they try and make that correlation between trans people and mass shootings and whatever else, because they feel and they're at least partially right that the anti-gunners are going to come after law-abiding gun owners because it's the gun. So it's a compensation. It's a reaction to shift blame away from the guns, which many people love, and it defines much of the lives of many people in Canada and the U.S. This whole thing is a real problem. What I can't get my brain around is when a person, first of all, people like to blame guns. If we didn't have guns in society, then none of this would happen. Well, you know what? That is true, but how are you going to take guns away from the shitty people? There will always be a method, and I don't care what you use, whether it's guns or a knife or a knitting needle or a car or whatever. That person has to have intent. Nobody talks about the fucking intent, including the goddamn opposition in government. I can't believe that irritates the living shit out of me. But the intent part of it, okay, so now that intent coming from whatever anger or disillusionment of some sort, whatever, there's a deeper underlying problem. Oscar says the world was so peaceful before the invention of gunpowder. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no shit, hey.
Yeah. Back then, you just had to do it with a knife up close and personal. So
That's right. That's right. It was
Well, until
more
Alfred
honorable.
Nobel came along, anyway, then you could blow people to hell real easy.
That's why he created the Nobel Prize.
I
don't know.
The Nobel Prize because of the lady. Sorry, that's not what we're talking about. Go ahead, Rooster.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot to say, but I don't know what to say first, sort of thing. It's what I can't get around is and I understand part of it. It's weakness on the part of the perpetrator, and it's a thing of convenience. Why they choose to go after children? One could claim, I suppose, that I was bullied in school. Well, motherfucker, everybody was bullied in school.
Yeah.
But bullying kind of set boundaries. There's lots of it that isn't fair. Lots of it that comes back around, and that bully eventually sees his day too. A lot of the thing that I've seen too in social media comments, conversations, and all that is that why is nobody talking about the fact that it's 97% men, cis men, whoever's making the comment, cis, like fuck off already. Men. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Women traditionally, if they get mad enough, they are into character assassination and kind of backdoor slew footing. The people that they dislike, they'll ruin a person socially, and they are fucking nasty critters. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
Men are more upfront about it. They're more
physical,
get it done in the moment, more kinetic about it. I don't know what to make of that broader spectrum, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been. You can argue till the sun goes down about it. I don't know, but that's an attempt to try to tie it back into the whole gender thing. And what a convenient thing where the people spewing that sort of thing, that most of the people committing these mass shootings are men, but they're the first people to defend transgender people that know she's a woman. But in this case, when she commits the shooting, she's now a man, and she's part of that 97%.
Are people making that argument?
Yeah, they are,
Oh,
man.
for Christ's sake.
Yeah. So
honestly, though, the other
stupid.
side of that is just as hypocritical and stupid on its face, because there is a segment of our community, or whether they're our community or not, but there's a segment of the right now that is really pushing per capita transgender people are now more responsible for more mass deaths than any other group.
Currently, maybe.
Which is just as intellectually dishonest as any of the other statistics, because, okay, per capita, okay, well, you can make anything look bad by how you decide to describe it. There are there are so many less transgender people in the United States, and that's where this figure comes from. You're comparing a pool of, around 1 million people or less to a pool of 340 million people. Well, sorry, that's not true, because that includes men and women. But approximately, what would that be? 150 million people, 150 million men in the United States, give or take.
Yep.
Somewhere around there.
They say roughly 50-50 men, women.
Yeah. So
I don't know whether that's just lazy.
If you want to push an agenda, you say per capita, trans people are more responsible for mass shootings than men. So we're talking about the stat is like 0.7 out of every million people are trans shooters or something like that, and like 0.2 or something like that is white men. And if you want to push an agenda, that's what you say. If you just want to state facts, then you state it's like 0.7 and 1 million is like one person.
Right.
Compared to, I think this meme that's been going around has been in the last 10 years, 2015 to 2025. And I think it's compared to like 17 white men. The reality is it's 17 white men and one transgender person. And that's just the fact. Everything else is how you want to fucking skew it.
Yep. I suppose gang members participate in
but those don't get counted.
Yeah,
and that's the other problem, isn't it? Because if you wanted to count that,
that
number one,
it.
white men would not top the list, and number two, that list would be a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yep.
That's also
exactly right. It's a manipulation of numbers. It's easily done. It's done every day. And
lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Let's to frame this differently. Let's take identity of this question. Like, say we didn't know.
I agree with that because there's no evidence that it has anything to do with the equation. It's just been made a part of the equation.
It's made a part of the equation because it is a fact. There's no disputing that.
Yeah, you're right. It is a fact.
Yeah. So let's look around. So we have a young person that dropped out of school. It's not made clear whether they continued their education. So
seems unlikely, though.
Seems unlikely. We're just going to say it's unlikely.
Yeah.
So you have an aimless young person. I checked the population of Tumbler Ridge. It's about 3,000 people.
From a broken home with no father figure.
Yes.
No father in the,
and
their
by
lifestyle...
the way, with a mother, and I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but with a mother who on social media, multiple times on her Facebook newsfeed, if not other places, liked to trash the father.
Yes.
And if it's happening on social media, and unfortunately, I see this far too often in my industry, teaching children. It happens way too commonly, where one parent or another just loves to let every single person, including their child, know what a piece of shit their ex is. And that's not good for the mental health of a growing child either.
No. And we also have reports about a very nomadic lifestyle, like they had moved.
They moved around quite a bit. In fact, they were
Many
court ordered not to leave British Columbia.
Yes. So you're stacking up a recipe. Obviously, we don't know much about the mother. Obviously, we know the perpetrator had a stepbrother, but we don't know much about the mother. Was she in good mental condition? Did she have the tools to properly parent the child?
Again, not to speak ill of the dead, but the odds are not good.
Yes.
An affirmative.
Again, I don't have an issue speaking ill of the dead because unfortunately there's a facts that transpired to make things worse. I don't have anything to back that up, but if I was a gambling man, that home life was probably terribly broken.
That seems clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So also, I had I'll finish my point and then I'll let you jump in. I listened to a podcast a while back with Andrew Huberman about the brain effects of social isolation and isolation.
Oh yeah.
So he had a really good podcast about the mental effects, and they did experiments with rats. And rats are very social creatures. And if you take a male rat and isolate it for a long period of time and reintroduce it to its family, it will kill its family. They even put a trace, I forget the chemical. I didn't take anything above bio 20. But if they put a trace in the color of the chemical in the brain that is stimulated by social isolation, and literally the rat's brain will glow after being isolated for so long. You also had a very patterned online set of activity that was very, very bad from what I've told. And then there's also the question, was there any medication effects? Medication is a factor in thought processing.
Yes, it is.
So now people want to start, I think there's a debate to be had. Is that for transgender people, is that a contributing factor? Medications are mind-altering substances, and also the perpetrator had
I don't think that the hormone argument holds a whole lot of water. I do think
the SSRIs.
Exactly.
I think
exactly.
a
That's
little bit
what
more
needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
And the SSRIs are not a part of transitioning. It's a part of the bipolar depression. It's a part of other things.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Chris, I'd like to at some point here, I'd like to discuss your position on the hormone thing. But carry on, Derek. He and I can pick that up.
Yeah. So
later.
obviously there is, and I think it does get to the heart of the trans debate is, can a person be wrong? Like there's the argument that I hear people make that like body dysmorphia, like anorexia, is wrong. And then there's the argument, okay, well, is gender dysphoria, is that wrong? I think it has merit to be discussed. Whether in individual cases, I think it has to be assessed, and that should be done by an unbiased psychologist. But not everything is right for everyone.
Can I say what the biggest difference is between those two things and why I think it's a little bit of comparing apples and oranges? And I'm not saying like, no, you're fucking wrong and you're dumb for saying so.
No, go ahead. We're here to talk.
Yeah. Here's why I think that comparison is apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Anorexia leads to death. If left untreated, it leads to death most of the time. And not just something that is unchangeable. A tattoo is largely unchangeable. But something that is inarguably detrimental to the health of the person experiencing it.
Yeah.
And it really only has two outcomes. defeat it,
Mhm.
or it will kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. The same is not true for transitioning from male to female, or
Mhm.
transitioning from, that's actually the wrong way to put it, because I don't think that males can, generally speaking, transition to female. I think that's a chromosomal thing. I think that the nuance that has been lost over the last 15 years in this discussion is the difference between sex and gender. And with gender being a social construct, and sex being a biological differentiation.
Mhm.
So I'll rephrase and say, it's not a part of, like, there are not the two outcomes of transitioning from man to woman are not you defeat it or it kills you. There
Mhm.
are many people who
Mhm.
transition, I mean, and understanding that we're all fucked up in our own ways. It's just a matter of whether it's plastered on TV or not. Most people, I would argue, and I don't have stats for this, so it's just my opinion on it. Most people are able to transition from man to woman without it killing them,
Yes.
or without killing
It,
other
it,
people.
But killing,
it,
like,
it,
yeah,
and
understanding. So I think the counter argument to that is, um yeah, they can do it, but is their well-being actually going to be better when they do?
that's
And
right.
I
Yeah.
do believe there's
Yeah.
a good number of individuals where their well-being will be better, if they follow through.
Maybe, but
But I
we're,
think there's got to be a proportion that it's
yeah,
actually their well-being, self-affirming who they are, because people are wrong all the time.
yeah.
I've
But
been wrong,
are we
you've been
talking
wrong.
about, legislating or forcing people who are living their lives wrong
No,
to
no,
live it right?
I'm not talking about legislating. I'm talking in a philosophical sense. Can there
Okay.
be people that transition that are in fact wrong in what they're doing and they make a mistake?
Oh, well, if that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah, no,
in that context, then I 100% agree. Because and that, just
mm,
not even talking about facts, just looking at my own experience, I've
mm,
known and interacted with innumerable teenagers and adults who have transitioned,
mm,
and a large number of them have become perfectly healthy, as well adjusted as anyone else, human beings. But I have also known, more than half a dozen, especially teenagers, who were trans and then weren't.
yeah.
And so, if you're talking in a philosophical sense, yeah,
Yeah,
there is
that's what I have
something.
been talking about, is the
Yeah,
phildon't sense.
yeah.
So
Then there's
I
definitely
don't
in
like the
those
government
cases.
deciding stuff for anybody.
Well, 100%. And
Fuck
and and,
them.
and I was making an assumption, which is
Yes.
why I'm glad that we clarified that.
No.
But there's absolutely, I think it goes without saying that there are going to be cases, and probably many cases, where a person transitioning is not going to be a quote good thing. Understanding, like, the context of good philosophically is a
Yeah,
pretty deep
that's
pool
opening
to
up
be
a whole
wading into.
nother
But
can
yeah,
of worms. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But I think
just
we can agree
like,
on that.
and I think we compare it to, just like, I think we all in some sense understand that, yeah, we're gun owners, but we understand that guns are not for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Driving
And there
is
are
not for
people.
everyone.
There are people
Oh,
who own
amen.
guns where it is
Yeah.
it is a mistake.
Yes, exactly. Um,
Yeah.
So I think we can come from that perspective. It's like, yeah, we have this thing, but we understand there's limits to it, and it's not for everyone.
Mhm.
So, and I think
Something-
I compare
something
those I compare those two, in a way. So
I do also think that there
Yeah.
has been a social push over the last 20 years,
Absolutely, Chris.
especially,
Yes.
that can be very confusing, especially for young people. And that, I think, not philosophically, that in reality
mhm.
is a step backwards for our society socially. I
100%.
don't think that it is a mistake, or I don't think that it's a accident that
Right.
the number of people identifying as non-binary,
Anything
non-cis,
else.
whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
skyrocketing simply over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
At the same time that the number of people who are only temporarily doing those things is skyrocketing, I don't think that that is a matter of biology. I do think that to some extent, transgenderism can be biological. And like I've come to that conclusion just by understanding what little differences there actually are biologically between a full grown and developed man and a full grown and developed woman. There is very, very little difference when you get down to it biologically. And we do know that biology gets screwed up sometimes. So I think that that is a biological thing. Whether you want to call it screwed up or happy accidents, I mean, I don't give a shit about the euphemisms.
Yeah.
But like the reality is that it happens, and I believe that that's why some people are gay. I think that that's why some people are bi. I think that's why some people are trans. But I think that genetically, biologically, the percentage of people is much lower than we're being told that it is now.
Yeah. No, I think that is a good summation. Is the old nature, virtue, socialization. So
Yeah. Well, the reality
Yeah.
is it nature or nurture? The answer is yes.
yes. So
Something that I've, I guess, kind of silently objected to, or at least thought about for a long time with all this kind of stuff, is that you think about kids, young people, boys and girls, going through puberty and for years beyond. The kind of trouble that they have navigating through life. Where do I fit in my friend group? How am I seen? How am I perceived? How should I act? What should I wear? Where am I accepted? Where to stay away from? Like, what team do I belong on? All that kind of stuff. Even without any question of am I really a boy or am I really a girl kind of thing. Under normal circumstances, that's a lot. That's drinking from the fire hose. All that information that those hormones as they flood pubescent person's body, for that person to try and figure out, and that lasts for years and years. Now you inject this social fucking push
Yeah.
for all of this stuff. That creates a wild environment of confusion
Yeah.
into
You can't be a
anyone who
tomboy.
isn't sure
You must
in
be
the
trans.
first place.
yeah, and
Well,
unlike
and
previous
this is what everything is telling them.
And unlike previous generations where youth had just essentially other youth to access that are direct, it would have to be in person or over the phone, like a landline
Yeah.
phone. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The world is at our youth's fingertips.
That's another big thing, Derek. Honest
Yeah.
to God, and I was just thinking as
zero
you started
context.
to talk that
Mhm.
I had no fucking doubt in my mind, kind of more or less isolated at the farm. I mean, I went to school. I went and played ball and volleyball and hockey and curling and all that kind of stuff all the time. But there was no fucking doubt that what my role was, what my sister's roles were, what my neighbor's kids' roles were. There was no doubt. We all had a purpose. Now, and I think I can argue that many young people growing up now do not have a very defined purpose like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? They are very immersed in that social world, what's on their phone, on their iPad, whatever. There's so many other people trying to, with so many different opinions, and some trying to manipulate other people just for shits and giggles. And it introduces a lot. The traditional roles are definitely brought into question for so many.
Mhm.
And it's simply because they haven't, listen, uh, I, this might be unpopular, but that whole, and it's going to date me, but that whole women's lib thing, we give the women the right to vote and tell them that they must be strong, independent women and get out into the workplace so that both fucking parents can pay taxes. There's no mistake in that whole
Mhm.
fucking push, man. I am telling you. Now two people have jobs and pay more fucking taxes as a family to that cocksucking government.
Mhm.
And now the kids are left more to their own devices rather than being guided by those two people who are king and queen in those young people's worlds
Yep.
and
Yeah,
not
if you haven't
getting
taken the
guidance.
approach of basically watching everything if you have kids and you haven't taken the approach that would make the NSA say, whoa, tone it down, you're not watching what your kids are doing online enough.
I
It really
also,
boils down to
if we have that,
most people have no idea what their kids are doing.
yeah,
on
that's
their
also
phone.
a
Yeah,
big thing.
yeah. We it's societal norm now to have somebody else raise your fucking kids,
Mhm.
whether it's the daycare lady or the fucking teacher.
It's also societal norm to not live in a, like the nuclear family.
Mhm.
It is now, yeah.
Well, I've never looked up the stat, but I wonder what percentage of families now are call it single parent families.
Probably
It's
too
a good
high.
proportion.
The number is too high.
Well,
We don't have to know the number, but we probably know it's too high.
No,
Mhm.
well,
How many-
no, it
how many
definitely
times
is
do you
too
talk
high.
to-
But
how many times do you talk to somebody and they told you that, oh yeah, I go to work and my wife stays home and maybe homeschools the kids, but her job is to look after the household and the kids when they get them off to school, take care of them when they get home from school, all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
your reaction is, holy shit, really? Why?
yeah,
That's fucking depressing, man.
quick Google search says that up to 35% of children in the United States live in single parent
Ah.
household now.
Mhm.
How much?
Yeah.
35%.
Too high.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That is massively
wanna-
high.
I want to bring your attention, you guys, to Joel Anthony's comment here. Fuck me. He says, hardest
Yeah.
part of being a parent is instilling hope when I have none of my own.
That's depressing.
That's the
Motherfucker, that is heavy.
That's the $1 million comment right there.
That is some fucking heavy shit, Joel.
Mhm. So I want to. I mean, obviously we got in some deep trenches there, but I want to.
Yeah.
You can see four psychology diplomas behind us.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
but
look at all the ones on my wall.
Listen, you sons of bitches, you're so quick to tell me that I'm a senior citizen. There's some wisdom here, you fuckers. You better listen up.
You can't
We
see
were-
it, but my shingle is right here. There's an
we
Odell
weren't doubt
logo
it,
in the
and
way.
we're gonna miss
Toothless,
it.
gray-haired son of a bitch knows what he's talking about.
We're gonna miss it. But there's a few
Made all the
things-
mistakes, you cocksuckers.
There's a few things about the story that stand out that we'll be watching closely.
Mhm.
One is the statement about a modified handgun.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Yes.
Who
So
gives a shit?
that is
Uh-huh,
much is
no. That could be something.
it could be
Okay.
something. So here's the thing is none of I've grown older, talking about getting old is reporting quality.
Oh Jesus, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. But that's one of those things. Okay, so modified handgun.
Yeah.
So now there is
Just
a
tell
photo.
me if it had a Wish Glock switch on it. That's all I ask.
Yes. So is it a Wish Glock switch, or there's the photo going around of the alleged safe, where it appears to be a Chris Vector inside the safe? Now
That's not alleged. It was on the mother's Facebook page. I saw
Yes.
it myself. No, I didn't see a screenshot of it. I saw it on her Facebook page.
Yes. So, okay. So Chris investigated that. So it seems weird that they'd call that a modified handgun when
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah.
yes, and also one thing I'm also framing this story under is I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been read a couple books about the events at Portapique.
Mhm.
And for those of us, well, we all remember that because that was
That's
obviously
a
a pivotal
deep
point.
well of
Yeah.
mishandled bullshit.
Yep.
Eh?
But we had Brenda Lucky asking for Justin Trudeau what firearms were used
Yeah.
in the event.
Yeah.
So now the question is the Carney government, are they aware and are they cautious not to get caught in another scandal like that, and they're backing off?
Personally, I think they're not going to commit the same mistake. I believe they'll see it as a mistake to carry out this next set of I don't know what's to come, but something's coming. I'm convinced of it. They certainly learned something from the last one. Make no mistake, there is something coming.
I think if there is something coming, they're going to be a lot more cautious because they're also in the middle of a buyback program that has very little buy-in.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
But we
they also
we
haven't
also
said
we,
anything else past that either.
but we also have to mention that they have indicated that the firearms that were used were not the mother's firearms.
mhm.
And the
What?
picture of that safe was the mother's firearms.
So I've heard that just came out like hours ago that there are some firearms that were not previously recovered from the home.
Yes.
So we have a question of origin of these firearms.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, bad
Okay.
reporting, but they've seemed to have indicated
Yes.
that in the past, all of the mother's firearms were removed and then returned upon petition, which would mean, the SCAS that's in there, the Vector that's in there, and the other, rifles and the shotgun that was in there, it would indicate that those weren't used in the shooting. Oh, I blew your camera's mind.
Wow.
My screen needs a little bit of fixing. So there's going to be questions in reporting, obviously, and we'll be finding out more.
Yeah.
So
Can I make a statement as maybe like a potential wrap up?
sure.
Or do we
I'll
want to talk?
I'll follow it up with one more thing.
The clear governmental and the clear governmental failures that exist in this case, as did in Nova Scotia. Do you want to talk about that first?
The only thing I'll frame, again, because this has also sparked comments on transgenderism. The only thing I'll add to the perspective is that Carney has a child that goes by they them pronouns, so a non-binary child. So to what extent will that influence Carney's opinions will be yet to be seen, because part of me thinks, well, if they don't do much, they'll draw attention away quicker. If there's
But what
if
should
it's always
they do about transgenderism? Period.
no, I not do anything as in about transgender. I mean, do anything in general in response to get it out of the conversation. Because if you
Burn.
keep
To get
bringing it up,
Out of the conversation.
get it out of the conversation by not following up.
Well,
to
right now
the
it has.
shooting.
Right now, it really has no place in the conversation.
No, whether
Of all
it
the
has a
potential
place.
factors leading to the shooting,
Yes.
it is the biggest of the red herrings.
I'm not saying whether it has a place. I'm saying it's happening.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting to. Is it's happening.
Yeah.
Not whether it deserves a place or not. That's up to you and your opinion. But the fact that it's happening.
Yeah.
If the
Why would
quicker
Carney address that?
again, because Kearney has a non-binary child, there may be some influence where he sees that there's social discussion is happening about transgender in a negative way. If you move on the conversation, that conversation goes away quicker. Because that's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, I see. You're
Yeah.
you're saying that he may just try to
move
You
on.
may get heavy-handed in not making it part of the conversation.
Yes, it may get heavy-handed in not making part of the conversation or
Okay.
not really
Yeah.
responding in a big way.
To what effect?
Because to the effect of the influence from his child. Like the child be like, hey, the trans community is getting a lot of hate from this. We need to move on.
Just a preferential leaning, I
Yeah.
think, is what Derek's getting at.
Yeah, I'm getting at a
Um,
preferential reading in order to move on from the topic, to take the
Just a, hey,
proverbial discussion
over here.
heat off of the transgender community.
Yeah. Hey, Noah sat in
But
the
there's
chat.
no- but wait a
alluded to the
second, though,
very
because-
same thing.
That question
Hmm.
to me has to come along with the presumption that it has something to do with it in the first place, because that there's heat that needs to be taken off of them.
It's
That's
neither whether you want it
true.
to or not, Chris. It's the fact that it's happening.
It's-
Whether
it's-
it's right or
It's
not
perception.
is not
It-
is not the thing
No,
I'm
but
proposing
what
here.
I mean, what
It's
I mean,
It's
the
though,
all
fact
is,
that it's-
perception, Chris.
what I mean
It's,
though
it's
is,
the
is
fact that
why
it's being
wouldn't
discussed,
I get
whether
that?
it's
Yeah.
right or not.
But why wouldn't if Carney's going to get involved in any of it, why
Mhm.
wouldn't he get involved in everything that is a non sequitur or a non-issue in relation to the shooting?
Yeah. Now he could, but again, he's still relatively new prime minister, so we're learning his playbook. The guy's
Yeah,
never been
I-
elected before until he became prime minister.
Yeah, I
So-
don't see him making a big deal about it.
Yeah.
I just don't. Like maybe a statement at most.
Is this the first major incident that has happened since he's been elected to office? I think it is.
I would say so,
Um,
yes.
Yeah.
I think Chris is right, if I'm understanding him, that he's just kind of sit back and do next to fuck all.
I think
He'll
Oscar-
stay out of the muck if he can.
I think Oscar summarizes quite well. If they ban guns over this event will stay in the news for a long time, and that'll keep the transgender conversation alive with it.
Absolutely, it
Well,
will.
I think that does people like us a disservice. Like, why would we want to
You're
keep
right.
the transgender conversation alive as gun owners?
Because it's a reaction again, Chris. I think it's
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is,
it's
but
a
an invalid
distraction.
one,
Again,
and
I-
we should let
I
it
know,
go,
but it's
'cause it doesn't make
distraction.
a difference.
I'm not saying
It doesn't.
I'm not
matter
saying
in
it
that
should.
environment.
Hang on,
I'm just
don't-
saying it is
don't-
happening, Chris.
Understood. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
I understand that it is happening.
Yeah.
What I'm
This
saying
is why the boys are kicking us out of the podcast.
yeah. what I'm trying to say though is that as gun owners, I'm just making a statement right now,
Mhm.
like in
Yeah.
relation to, but not in contradiction to what you're saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As gun owners, there should be a concerted effort for us to not make that an issue, because it doesn't need to be what distracts the government from further gun bans.
Yes.
We have other legitimate reasons that we should be focusing
Oh
on.
yeah. The path forward is definitely
Yeah,
It's
if
definitely
we're
on
focusing
policing,
on the transgender
mental
thing,
health,
then
the
we're
law.
trying to push
Yeah.
a red herring, and that removes our
Right.
high ground.
Right.
yeah.
Yes, you're saying this is not the fucking hill to die on.
It's not the hill to die
It's
on.
fucking stupid and weak. Forget it.
I totally
The
agree.
fact- The
it's
fact
not
that the
the hill
kid
to
was
die
on
on.
SSRIs is much more relevant. The fact of like
Amen.
the family and home life thing that seems to unfortunately, that dirty laundry that has aired, that seems to be much more relevant. The fact that the kid's a dropout seems to be much more relevant. Like, and the fact that they've already taken the guns and they gave them back, the fact that they weren't enforcing restrictions in the home, they
the
removal
child
of
wasn't
the
getting
youth
educated for 4 years.
yeah, like, well, all of those things,
Well,
right? If the kid was 17
and the
years
social
old and
stimulus.
hasn't been in school for 4 years, then they haven't been in school since before it was legal for them to not be in school. So, like, those are the things that we should be making an issue of if it's time to start making an issue of those sorts of things, because it's still kind of like jumping the gun at this point, forgive the pun, because nothing else has happened over it at the moment. But if we're trying to like prepare a hill to die on, that's the hill to die on.
Yeah. So let's expand on that. So obviously, I'm just saying that's a consideration. but I do agree that's a path forward, is we need to have those discussions as a path forward. And as I stated earlier, we had a unique intersection where both the gun lobby and the anti-gun lobby actually had agreements on a mass shooting, which is quite the thing to say. There was the agreements that
Yeah.
we had things in place to prevent this, but the ball was dropped. We need to reflect on that.
So do you want to kind of dive into that a little bit? What does that mean then for the future of let's say that I got to be honest, one of my biggest worries now is like what's going to come out of this is like just a total fucking gun ban. It's not inconceivable
I don't see that.
for
I
me.
don't see that.
Well, for me,
Mhm.
at this point,
Yeah.
knowing the Liberal government like I think I do, it's not inconceivable.
I
They
think
are
the average
unpredictable.
Canadian agrees with the banning of things that they can spin as weapons of war and all of that horse shit. I don't think the
What
average
does that
Canadian
matter to the
agrees
current
with
government?
all guns, period. Well, it matters to the
Right.
current government because they're still a minority.
Yeah.
And they
don't
still
know.
have to do what the majority of Canadians support, and I don't think the
Being skeptical.
majority of Canadians are willing to go that
They
far.
don't have
on
to do
gun
what the
fight shit.
majority of Canadians
I,
support.
I'm
They
skeptical.
get elected and then
that-
coast for 4 years.
How much?
They're a minority government. They cannot coast for 4 years.
Mhm.
Oh, sure they can.
That's not how it works in Canada.
And also, we did have stirrings. I don't see it personally. We had stirrings about a snap spring election because Carney is doing well in the polls. But again, I think I preface the last election is the Liberals moved towards the center or towards the right, however you want to frame it. They moved towards the center.
I think they're
They had to-
starting to in some ways.
They had to for the election. They purely backtracked on a bunch of Trudeau policies to
Yeah.
get elected.
And
They
but I mean,
moved
they've-
before they got elected.
Poilievre's.
Yeah. On some of the economic stuff, they've continued to.
They've definitely dampened down on the social stuff. So the
Yeah.
Liberals are very comfortable inhabiting the political middle, and they're seeing it in the polls.
Mhm.
So moving again to the political left, they could pull it off because the NDP is not doing so well. But I think they see their polling numbers, and I think it would be a brash move to make any big decisions because they know that could be thrown off
On both sides right now.
on both sides.
Yeah.
So
Because there seems to be a lot of volatility in polling numbers lately.
mhm.
And it seems like depending on the hour of the day, either the Conservatives are closing the gap or the Liberals are guaranteed a majority government if we went to the polls tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also depends on which, pundit you're listening to. you know?
Exactly.
Like if
And
you're
we all
listening to
know-
the Northern Perspective, then Polyev is closing the gap. If you're listening to CTV, CBC, Global, blah blah blah, or more partisan
Of course.
political
course.
pundits,
Is
then-
Polyev really the right leader for the Canadian?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So no, I see that. So that's why I'm on the skeptical side of any big moves. I think the only
Yeah.
move we could see was like a change in storage laws.
Yeah.
Do you,
That's-
you know what? That's probably very apt. You don't see a push from the anti-gunners though over this. I mean, this is historically the largest fucking mass shooting for 35 fucking years.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I think
I worry that
Mhm.
there's a tidal wave of shit
Mhm.
coming.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
Natalie Provost having some amount of power now, some
If she has her
definite
way.
influence.
Mhm.
It's those wheels are going to start to spin.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
see the problem with the anti-gun is that they only have one major punching point left, and that's the SKS.
Mhm.
After that, they have very little other than like sniper rifles, which we'll go after next. But their punches are getting weaker
Yeah.
and weaker.
Mhm.
I know.
So they have to be reserved in a way. And also, again, we did have some convergence of, I think they're also realizing too, is we can put all the laws in we want, but if they're not going to be enforced, they're worthless.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
think
and
that's
yeah,
why they're
that's-
also looking at, obviously laws are very symbolic and most gun owners follow the law for most points.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
And if we want to look at literally if we want to boil down both this and Nova Scotia
mhm,
down to one thing, which I think is maybe a little overly simplistic, but if we were to boil it down to literally one thing,
yeah,
it is the repeated and prolonged effort by one government in particular over the last, decade or so to handicap the ability of our policing units. Call it a systemic dismantleization of the competency of our national police force.
yeah.
And that includes the CFP. That includes, like all divisions of the RCMP. And like at this point, they really seem like a real Keystone kind of, not Keystone Cop kind of, superficial police force without any bite whatsoever. And obviously not all, but too many underqualified, dramatically underqualified.
Jesus.
You want to know a slightly disturbing fact? Just recently, awards were given out to there's like 23 officers after the Portapic massacres.
Yeah.
Awards.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that was a failure of policing in the moment and before and after.
And after, yeah.
Now, there was, interesting enough, I've been following this. There was one person who actually deserved it and refused to accept the award. He says, essentially, I didn't hear the words he said, but it was probably to the point of, we don't give out awards for failures. They had failed as a group, and he declined the award, even though he did actually go above and beyond the line of duty.
God bless them.
When
man.
they lie on
Yep.
the official record about the actions of some of the people, and when some of those lies include not positively identifying suspects or targets before shooting into buildings, and the poor marksmanship displayed during those actions, when you lie about the actions of an RCMP member who was unfortunately killed in duty, but you make their actions, you inflate what they actually did in the course of them being killed in duty. If you have to do those things, it's a failure.
Man, I've been talking about this for so long, and mostly in my life, it's at work, but I see it in government, in law enforcement, and I know a lot of people in military and law enforcement, and this topic has come up from time to time. Incompetence and motherfucker, I see it everywhere. We are surrounded by incompetence, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. The people that have authority, and guys, we've talked about this in podcasts before, about it's a simple thing, but it's very emblematic of the issue. We've talked about jokingly about the guys that are the ROs at local gun ranges and shit like that. It's nobody else
I know
wants
who
the
you're
job.
talking
Nobody
about.
else has the
I make fun of the actual people at the club.
Listen, nobody. anybody worthwhile, anybody with a fucking brain, anybody with some drive and really has things to do in life is not hanging out at the fucking gun range and making sure people have unloaded weapons when they should have and all that kind of stuff.
Or are
The
wearing
people
their
that we're left
lanyard.
with, right?
Mhm.
The people that we're left with are the fucking losers that got bullied in school and now have an axe to grind.
But they
And the
didn't
only
shoot
way
up
they
the
can-
school.
The
So
only
that's the important
True.
part. Yes.
That is true,
Mhm.
but the only thing they have left is
Amen.
to exert
Amen,
some
yeah.
type of authority
Mm.
where they can, and their power is in words
Yeah.
and whatever title they fucking hide behind.
You just
Can I-
explained modern safety culture on the job site in 10 seconds.
I know
Yeah.
I did. You can fucking spread that shit out like a fucking farmer's.
I don't know how to do your
Manure
job, but my
spreader
book
on
says you're
everything.
definitely doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Can I make
Right.
a final statement on this? Because unfortunately, I'm going to
No.
have to log off soon.
What are you
but,
gonna do?
Yeah.
and so basically, the one thing that hasn't been said is the response to this on both sides. I think that what the real important message for the average person in this event, seeing what has happened on social media and listening to what the left has said about it and what the right has said about it and what they've been saying to each other. I think the real message that people are ignoring, that people should not be ignoring, is quit being a piece of shit to people you do not agree with. You quit othering people. They're still fucking human beings just because they disagree with you. And
Yeah, but that's-
you are not in the right when you vilify and dehumanize the people that are on the other side of things from you. We need to quit dehumanizing people. Dehumanizing people is what leads to things like this shooting.
But this is the default setting from a lens of tribalism, and it's all we have left. We have been
Yes.
ground down to fuck all. We have been told. Trudeau told us in 2015. He told the entire country, nobody was fucking listening, of course, that there are no more important people in this country than the immigrants and the First Nations people. Fuck everyone else is exactly what he said. Not verbatim what he said, but essentially what he said.
Yeah.
Truly, look it up. Look
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, fuck you
Canadians-
people, I get it.
Canada does not have a core identity. If you don't have a core identity,
Hmm.
now society will break apart into different fucking tribes. This is humanity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Please tell me I'm wrong. You can't.
No, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
And
I know.
people in Canada need to start being better to people in Canada on both
How does
sides
that
of the
happen?
fence.
Nobody's going to argue with you, Chris, but how does that happen? Especially in the current climate, especially with the fucking government of this country pushing exactly that.
That is the problem,
Now,
because the reality
so,
is that most people
Firebomb
are
Parliament Hill
sheep,
is what
and-
you're saying.
Yes.
Folks, you heard it here.
All
I
right.
don't-
You know,
And-
Kurt, I
and
think
with that,
I
I'm out.
think we're gonna have to fire you.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. No more.
That's
Son of a
You're
That's
cut off.
bitch, I knew this day would
HR
come.
is going to have to let you go.
Yeah, yeah. Pack up your things on your desk. Leave your badge and your keys.
Your final paycheck will be non-existent, just like all the other ones.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Your T4 will be in the mail because it's that season
Yeah,
again. So
yeah. I've heard that
Well,
before.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are going to go for quite a while yet, talking about
Mm.
the PAL holder breach data.
Oh yeah,
talk
we did
about it a
talk
little
about
bit.
If you can
Sorry?
talk about it in 5 minutes, I can stick around. If not, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sign.
Unfortunately, I don't
Yeah.
think there's much to talk about from my perspective, unless someone's got a little bit
Yeah.
more insight.
Okay, well, sum that shit up, Derek.
You know, it's stimulating conversation like this that that really makes me sad that we're actually leaving the the podcast.
You can still
for a
come
while, at least.
back.
I know, buddy.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, no, Kurt can't. He was just fired.
Okay. Shit.
They're called temps, Chris. Every
Yeah.
company uses them.
That's right. Hit me up next contract.
Yes. So yeah.
Man, I
Fog
value you
Ducker-
guys a
Fog
lot.
Duckers Local 189 might have an issue with it, but whatever.
Let's let Derek talk about the PAL breach and see if
Yeah,
we can do
I
this in 5
no, I
minutes.
actually said I don't think there's actually much to be said.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Your
unless somebody else,
information is everywhere.
my information is
It already was.
our data got breached. It's 2026 data gets breached.
Yep.
They
Pretty
have,
I think
Shit,
we need
yeah.
to flood again.
yes. Sometimes a
Fucking
good
Luddite.
sometimes turning
Yes.
the power on and off again might be the solution.
And I've been,
Amen,
I've been
brother.
using AI to create images and videos all day. And Kurt's over here. We need the flood. EMP blast now.
Man, if I told you
Reset
if I
the
had
clock.
$1 for every street corner I stood on lately with the end is nigh lately,
You know
Actually,
what?
I should say the
You
sign
know-
is nigh, not to
you
get
know what?
technical, but
You know when it all turned to shit?
if
once
you
we
say
got rid of
gorilla, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you
No,
say
no, no, no.
Harambe, fuck.
Earlier than that, carburetors. As soon as we went to fuel injection,
As,
I will
as,
agree
as
with
soon
that
as the
statement.
fuel started
Rooster.
modifying
The correlate-
itself,
tell me I'm wrong.
yes,
Kurt is
We need
so
to bring
happy right
Hollies, 4 barrels, heck, even,
1985.
even single barrels, carburetors. That's what
We
life's all
may actually be
about,
onto
man.
something here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're like, you could be mad at the world, be like, I can't get anywhere because I got to go take that carb apart and clean it. And then you sit there doing a task.
Put a number 30
And
jet
then you
in my fucking
realize-
carb for the mountains.
Well, you also had to slow down because you couldn't just get in your car and go. You'd have to start it. If it was cold out, you literally had to let it warm up a while. Otherwise, if you just went,
right.
it wouldn't go. So you had to slow
right.
down, breathe, think about your life. You know,
God damn it, Derek. That
Focus,
is more
do something with your
profound than
hands.
anyone has ever considered in the history of mankind, I'm certain.
No. Red Foreman has also
Wow.
suggested that multiple times.
hmm
now. He stole that from that 70s show.
I actually
No, it's probably in the same line of thinking, but
no. My
okay.
dad told me carburetors, man. That's what life's all about. Needless to say, he was actually giving me a coded message, and I started to unravel it as I've gained wisdom. So
go fix diesels.
carburetors,
Your
man.
old-
That's what life's all about.
Oh, your old man, I think, is the sage.
To come back to the point, I agree with you, Derek, that there's not a whole lot to talk about the breach itself.
Mhm.
What I think is absolutely unacceptable is hiding it for nearly 5 years.
Agreed.
Well, then we
When a
couldn't get
breach
mad about it if they
happens-
told us.
Well, when a breach happens, regular companies are all but legislated
Mhm.
to inform their customers immediately.
Yeah.
Somehow the government isn't for 5 fucking years, and
we're
that's
not
a
customers.
and it is a pretty serious breach. Like Oscar just mentioned, there were a lot of handgun registrations lost, and it's not just handgun registrations, but other restricted firearm, like all restricted firearm registrations, would have
The
been
the
lost.
12 guys with their 12 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, we got Shane chiming in here. Didn't the RCMP lose a ton of data in the 90s and they were calling every single PAL holder, asking what pistols they owned, etc.?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, I've said this before on the podcast, but back in the 90s, the long gun registration, because Miramichi couldn't handle the volume of registrations past 1994, so they started farming it out. And there was a company in Edmonton that was doing the data entry and all that kind of shit. Guess who the company was owned by? And you guys have
The
heard this
Hells
before because I've
Angels.
spoken about it before. Exactly, the Hells Angels.
Like the
Now, wouldn't you want that information out? Yokohama.
It's probably the Hells Angels that Cause the death. No, it's Russia.
Mhm.
You know what? I dare say I
No, it's
trust the Hells
China.
Angels more than I would the current fucking government. In fact, I'm very confident of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
the
confident.
Hells Angels are worldwide successful, so you got to hand it to them.
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking liberals are only successful in Canada.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Eastern
I gotta
Canada.
ask you, boys, are you guys going to keep going? Should I log off or?
Maybe we wrap this up. I think one comment they'll finish it off is from Yukikazi. I'm generally going to miss Chris and Kurt. It's not a surprise since
I don't know
they've been
who
less
that
and less
fucking guy
involved in
is,
the
but it's
podcast
not
for a
me.
while now. It's going to hurt. You can't just you can't pull the Band-Aid off quickly.
I'll tell you one thing, Uke.
Mhm.
First of all, thank you very much for
Mhm.
that. I appreciate that. I've been very conflicted about this whole thing. Very conflicted. However, these young guys here are very passionate about this podcast and everything they do, and they are clearly doing a much better job than what Chris and I were afforded to be doing for the last couple of years. It's
I
they
also
show some
believe that we
passion.
suck.
Yeah, you know what?
Mhm.
It's okay. We run our mouths really well, but that's about it. That is about it.
The
Honestly,
skill,
Yeah.
okay?
Well,
Again,
Skill, you got to
tell me
know
I'm
what
wrong.
to run
We-
your mouth about.
No,
Yeah.
but the reason he's mentioning that is because we really haven't been able to contribute a lot other than show up and talk too
100%.
much during an
Yeah,
episode.
that's right,
So
yeah.
I think that's what Kurt's
Cut
getting at.
everybody off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. I think we might have to arrange this summertime out at the ranch. We're gonna have to get the Starlink together and get
Yes.
a campfire BS
Yeah.
session. As much as this is the official last, it's a bit of a dark tone. I think maybe a lighter tone to finish it off would be a little bit
We-
nicer.
It
So-
all started going south at about the 35-minute mark, I think.
Yeah, but
But I mean, it was a pretty dark topic, so
yes, and these discussions are important. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are some events coming up at the Twisted Rooster Rifle Ranch, CRPS stuff again as usual. So we'll definitely get together, and I'm looking forward to it.
yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. So
You betcha.
You know, there's always the Apex Rocky Mountain Challenge. You know, maybe some guest commentators.
We'll
if we
see.
Live stream again.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is that date again? Sorry.
It's like July 14th weekend, I want to say.
Oh, sucker.
I should look.
Yeah,
I
of
have the
course it
hotel.
is.
You
booked
already looked it up, Kurt. You're already on site, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's
Well,
okay. You can watch our stream from site again. So
I know.
Again.
I know.
yeah.
I know.
All right.
Okay.
Hi.
Thanks,
it.
folks. Thanks, audience, for everything through the years.
Ditto.
We'll be back from time to time, I'm
Mhm.
sure. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you all. Thank you very
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
You will be missed.
I'm not
That being said, if you think you have what it takes to be a host in the Ballistically Speaking podcast, email us at info@bspodcast.ca.
God damn it.
Would you
Yeah.
like to be one of the
Replacement
people
theory.
that replaces these two dumb fucks?
We
Message
have
us.
2 available spots.
Yeah. But stay tuned. There will be some minor changes. They'll be announced after this. But again, Mike and I are committed to delivering the same weekly dose of high quality BS that our viewers and
It'll be fucking
listeners
great.
have come to know. So, and I want to thank Chris and Kurt for pioneering this for us, because this is an opportunity, and Mike and I are blessed to have this opportunity. So,
We are very blessed.
Awesome.
mhm.
You're not crying. I'm
Awesome,
crying.
boys.
Hey, there's no peeing in podcasts and crying on a podcast. 2 rules.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Although one of the two has already been broken
I 100% broke that
twice,
rule.
actually.
Yes.
All right, you sons of bitches. Somebody hit the button. God damn it.
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Welcome to the Ballistically Speaking podcast, your weekly dose of BS.